Hello again. This is Wendy Down with our next recording here in the Consciousness Playground Future of Aging series. This recording is number 6, and I'm calling it the 3-word phrase for an ageless body. The 3-word phrase for an ageless body, because I want to be able to give you just a simple, clear, powerful statement that will give you the state of being, remind you how to relate to your body in a way that draws agelessness from it. To give you the framework within which to understand and apply this phrase, I first want to share with you 2 powerful thoughts that come from the work of 2 equally powerful scientists and leading edge teachers on the connection of consciousness and physical form. The first one is physicist Nassim Haramein, who has mathematically proven that every atom in your body is essentially a black hole that connects you to the entire universe, a powerful, powerful vortex that connects you into all that exists, all that is. And so just hold that thought in mind that inside your body, or making up your body, you have trillions of access points to every possibility, every potential that exists within the cosmos. That's what, at their basis, the atoms of your body are. Big thought. From there, I also want to mention the really profound work of scientist Masaru Emoto, who you may have heard of, who has shown that water, which is the most common element in our bodies, I think the adult human body is made up of something like 75% water. That water changes its structure based upon thoughts and emotions. And if you're not familiar with Dr. Emoto, you might be fascinated just to read some of his work that shows that water and ice crystals change shape and form based on the type of feeling, the type of thought that the environment that they exist within. Even thoughts and emotions that come from a distance, like you and I are working now. And so he's shown that by extension, your body creates its form and structure based on the typical environment that your thoughts and emotions create. And so today, I want to link these 2 thoughts to the environment that you are creating, perhaps unconsciously, that then shapes your body and has shaped your body. And I want to give you a very simple and clear 3-word phrase that will assist you in creating an atmosphere of agelessness, emotionally, physically, and therefore then in expression in your physical form. So that's where we're going with this recording today. The link I want to make between Dr. Haramein's work and Dr. Emoto's work is superstring theory, which basically, said another way, is law of attraction, that whatever you vibrate at, whatever you're energetically, emotionally, wherever you're focused energetically and emotionally, whatever's active in your consciousness, and lots of times that's more unconscious than conscious in our awareness, wherever you're vibrating, that's what you draw through and bring into expression. So just to put those 3 sort of facts together, every single atom in your body is a direct link to all potential. This is the work of Nassim Haramein. Where your thoughts and emotions and energetically you focus, you draw out of that unlimited realm of possibility by focusing into that and drawing that through your cells, through the atoms in your body, and bring those into expression, perhaps first foremost through vibrating your body, the water that makes up your body, through the work of, as the work of Dr. Emoto expresses. So this is the basic, very, loose and incomplete science that is behind what I want to share with you now in this 3-word phrase to create, or 3-word phrase for an ageless body. The next place I want to take you briefly is into a more conscious awareness of the type of internal environment that you may unconsciously have been creating for your body to express up until this point. Because there are a variety of lies that we habitually and unconsciously tell our bodies that create their structure. And if you want to do this just on your own, if you're the type of person that wants to be thoughtful and reflective about this, you could actually stop the recording at this point and just start listing some of the types of lies or comments that you make to your body about itself. Just in the back of your mind, or even at the forefront of your mind, the types of things that you typically say to your body, the environment that you create as a template for your body, therefore, to take form in. If you want to do that, go ahead and stop the recording now. But if you like, you can just sit back and listen for a moment to what, from my experience personally and working with a lot of people in this realm, I can share with you and describe now the typical phrases, the typical beliefs, the typical emotions that create that template in the body that then draw through into expression a particular form, a particular experience of your body. And I'll do that now. And I'm doing that because I want to highlight some of these and how they resonate, how they feel when you kind of look at them and see them and feel them in the light of day when we isolate them. Because we tend to walk around in our bodies telling ourselves stories and having beliefs and feeling certain ways, and once, without really thinking about them, without being aware that we're even doing that, often because we've picked them up from those around us, we've just sort of learned that this is what it feels like, this is what, this is the way it is to be in a human body. And we don't tend to, or we may not challenge them or question them until we're shown an option. And that's what I want to do with you today. So for a moment, let's just see where to start with this. For a moment, imagine, here, just to give you a place to start from. Imagine that you are, yourself, just sitting there right now, and you're given a perfect, maybe baby, maybe, somebody that you love, an animal, something that is just pure and whole and new to life on the planet. It's yours just to hold and shape for this moment. It's not your responsibility. It's just absolute pureness, wholeness, newness, pure potential in a form that hasn't been exposed to our culture, to our beliefs, to any even self-consciousness about what it should think about itself. It's just purely alive, little bit of God poured into expression in a body. If you have children, you might remember what it was like to hold them for the first time, or someone that you love, a pet, animal, some being that just brings out pure love in you and a desire to want the best, see the best, and sees that being through the eyes of love. And I'm giving you that connection as a touchstone to say this is the type of relationship that you actually can have, I won't say should have, but can have with your own physical body, with yourself. It can be, and you're actually designed to have a relationship that's one of absolute love, absolute acceptance, adoration, wanting the best, seeing the best, just pure connection, pure love, pure support. And I want to just have you touch on that if you can, because for many of us, this is not the type of background relationship we have with our body. So as you kind of, do your best, just to feel for or imagine a relationship with a body, another person's, an animal's, or your own, that's absolutely, purely, unconditionally loving. I now want to, for contrast, introduce into that beautiful, harmonic, coherent field of energy. Because that's what, when you're feeling that type of love, connection, adoration, non-judgment, the field of energy that you are creating your body to be, that you're setting up the water, the fluid of your very being to vibrate at, is extremely coherent and peaceful. It is a state of deep rest. It's a state of well-being within which your body is ideally suited to create any type of healing that may be needed or wanted, including healing from ideas and beliefs that are painful and untrue about what our bodies must go through over the timeline. So we've got this beautiful, natural, native, but rarely experienced field of cohesive, loving, very, very still consciousness expressed in energy, vibrating as water, and solidifying into physical form as your body. And into that, although it feels really uncomfortable, I want to introduce some of the typical lies or phrases that we tell our bodies. Just one more thought before I do that. You must understand that your body, with its absolute 100% access to the infinite intelligence and resources of the entire universe, is incredibly smart. It's intelligent in ways that your mind, who you think you are, cannot fathom. Without any input on your part, it keeps your heart beating, it keeps cells dividing, it creates hundreds, maybe even thousands of chemical reactions in every second, all of which keep you alive, all of which are beyond your comprehension. Your body is as intelligent, more intelligent even, than you are. It's this incredible partner that we have in physical form. And one of the lies that so many of us tell our bodies are these, a number of the lies are ones like these. You're not smart. We may tell our bodies, you're not capable. We often take the responsibility on to figure out what our bodies need. We don't trust our bodies. We think with our limited mental capacity, we need to take control and decide what our bodies need because they're these big, we treat them as these big lumps of sometimes ugly, stupid masses of clay, which they are not. And as I say a phrase like that, I just want you to see how it resonates, how it feels when you say it to yourself. Just to see, is it a familiar feeling that you're continually, that rings true for you? Or as I say it, is it something that just sort of passes through and it doesn't have any place to stick or hold in you? Some of these lies we've held for so long and so deeply that they seem natural and familiar to us when actually they're just learned. And we don't need to carry them around anymore if they don't ring true or we don't want to, or we understand that just the very act of having them in our mental and emotional and energetic environment creates their expression, creates disruption in the energetics of our body, and the physicality of our body expresses them in form. Other lies that we so often tell our bodies are lies like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Or you're not appealing. Or you're not right. Or you're not beautiful or handsome or strong enough. You can fill in the blank on that one, what your typical statement to your body is. You're not fill in the blank enough. What is it you say to yourself? You're not X enough. And maybe for the first time ever, as you're as aware as you can be of how still, how loving, how unconditionally accepting, joyful you can be, that we just talked about a few minutes ago, just maybe see for the first time, isolate out what a distinct, uncomfortable, and disruptive field of energy, a repetitive thought or feeling like you're not good enough sits within you. Just be interested to notice that this is one of the fundamental building blocks energetically that then creates your physical form. I'll just go through a few more because I want to give you an opportunity to become aware of how many and how much structure these types of lies may have created within you emotionally and energetically that now you can become free of as I give you the 3-word phrase to replace them. So another really common lie that many of us say to our bodies is, I do not love you. I do not love you. The phrase may resonate, it may resonate as true, but it's still a lie. Because if you just touched, even for a moment, that larger state of loving, unconditionally accepting, more truthful relationship that you have to your body, that I started off this exercise with, you'll see that it's just a learned untruth. It's a lie to repeat over and over, I do not love you. But you may have been saying it. Another really common lie is the lie, I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of you. Your relationship to your body may have been one of being fearful, having been so disconnected from it and the information that it has to share with you. You may have been afraid that your body could betray you, blindside you, hurt you. And so another one of the really powerful and potent creative fields of energy that you may have unconsciously been creating in your body is the lie, I'm afraid of you. Another one, maybe, I'll just share a few more, is the lie that I'm defined by your limitations. Speaking to your body, if you see your body as being limited in terms of function or appearance, quality, age, or even lifespan, its presence in time and space. One of the lies, very deep and unconscious lie, may be that you've been saying, I'm defined by your limitations. And this is simply not true. The reality is your body exists within you, and it can easily change form, does change form all the time without your identity being affected in any way. But so many of us have become so defined, so we identify ourselves so much as our body and only our body, that when it's limited in any way, we may feel that we're limited or restricted because of that. And so as I put that into words, just notice how that thought of thinking otherwise or having a completely different relationship to your body on that topic, how that changes how you feel. It may baffle you a little bit if it's not the type of thought you've ever had before. But even baffling is good because it disrupts old patterns that don't serve you anymore. You don't have to understand how it'll all shake out. Just let yourself kind of let these things come up and flow through you. Just one more lie maybe that I will share that's common, and this may be relevant to you or may not, is the lie speaking to your body that your well-being, health, well-being is independent of my emotional state. Especially in Western culture, we think that our bodies are separate than our emotions or thoughts. We've disassociated our bodies. We treat them as something other than our thoughts and emotions. And therefore, don't understand or make the conscious link to connect how we think and feel, what our average, typical inner landscape is and how it connects to physical form. But we're starting to have much clearer understanding that your physical body is actually your consciousness or your emotional state. That same state crystallized into more solid physical expression. And the lie is that those are unconnected. And the power comes from recognizing that they're deeply connected. And as you learn to adjust and choose your inner state, your emotional state, pay attention to that and just be able to be present to it. Notice the incredible range of emotions, feelings that course through you in a day. As we start to make that link between inner state and physical expression and understand that our physical body is an expression, a replica in more solid, crystallized form of our inner state, we start to have way more conscious control over the factors that create our physical health and wellness by being able to consciously work with our thoughts and feelings and energetic state. And all of this I'm sharing with you from a background state within myself of tremendous stillness, peace, which, just like Dr. Emoto's work, then it highlights in you that background state that both of us share of absolute stillness. And so even just listening to this recording, even if you don't consciously understand it all, you start to become familiar with a stillness that is who you really are. It's your natural, even if unfamiliar, vibrational or emotional state. And this is the power of being able to work on the quantum level like we are. So now, having explored some of those typical lies that we tell ourselves, or we tell our bodies, I want to give you the very simple 3-word phrase for an ageless body so that you can use this over and over again and practice saying it and feeling it until it becomes true. And the 3-word phrase to an ageless body is this: I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. And if that phrase, if you keep that in front of you, or you repeat that over and over again, even at the beginning, if it doesn't ring true, or you know that there's parts of you that are not in harmony with it, it will bring you into the most beautiful relationship with the intelligence, the incredible intelligence that is your physical frame, that is the consciousness behind your physical frame. It's the intelligence from which all physicality, the entire cosmos, was created. It taps into the power that heals, the power that gives direction, the power of intuition, and the potential for possibilities for your body that you may never, ever have ever been able to consider before. And that's why the phrase, I trust you, is a doorway into a dimension of agelessness that can be expressed in physical form as your body. So try that out. Feel free to leave a comment on Consciousness Playground blog where this will be posted. Share it with a friend. And I'll be in touch again this coming Friday with the tip of the day on how to apply this phrase, I trust you, in your life and to your body that day. And thanks for all the happy 50th wishes. It's been a wonderful birthday. Thank you. Bye for now.